Hello guys, and welcome to my video detailing every enemy in Resident Evil Village. We've got corpse brides, we've got drill boys, and we've got this thing. Make sure you watch until the end to find out the mind-blowing theory about Mother Miranda, aka the main antagonist in the game. Let's get started. We'll kick off the rundown of Resident Evil Village enemies with this strangely tiny bride. She does not look well. On closer inspection, it turns out she's not even alive. She's actually a puppet made out of what looks to be wood. But if she's a puppet, what about her puppet master? Well, this is hinted at by a portrait elsewhere in the game. Here, you can see a shadowy figure behind her. This is likely to be the very same figure you can see on the map in the region ruled over by House Beneviento. A boss battle between you and the puppet master awaits, I reckon. Next up, we've got this fishman, who looks like a combination between a blobfish and a boblin. Who remembers boblins? I do. Again, he shows up in the same scene as the puppet's bride. If that bride represents House Beneviento, then this fishman likely represents House Moreau. Again, if we look at the map, we can see what's in store for us. A big fish. This might be the fishman after he's shapeshifted, or the fishman might be the commander of the big fish itself. Whatever happens, you're probably going to get wet. From swimming enemies to flying enemies now, Resident Evil Village also contains bat-like creatures. While they've got batty wings, on closer inspection, they do not have batty legs. They've actually got human-like legs, making these enemies seem more like horribly mutated people. They dwell in Castle Dimitrescu, and they wouldn't be the only twisted secrets living there. Elsewhere in the castle are these hooded figures, who come in a few different variations. Some of them carry swords, others carry scythes. How do you say scythes? And all look very sad. The biggest clue to their origin lies in the crypt below the castle. This suggests Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters have somehow turned them into these zombie-type monsters. Maybe by feasting on their blood. Now we're on to the most numerous enemy in the game, the Lycan. These werewolves come in all types of shapes and sizes. Some of them wield fire pokers, others wield actual fire. They can also carry maces, pickaxes, and shoot you from distance with arrows. But the most impressive thing they can do is ride horses. I don't think they'll actually come after you on horses outside of cutscenes, because animating that would be a nightmare. But it's a good sign of their overall intelligence. These werewolves will coordinate with each other, ambush you from foliage, and basically give you a run for your money. The biggest Lycan shown so far is this one, who is almost certainly the character called Heisenberg. This is another one of the house leaders, able to transform into a hairy beast. Well, hairier beast. He not only carries a huge hammer, but he looks like he can levitate metal too. That apparent power might come into play with this thing, which looks like a huge horse. Imagine if it was made out of metal. A huge metal horse would make Heisenberg able to control it. After all, the horse needs to relate to him in some way. Otherwise, having to battle a big stallion would seem a bit random. So Heisenberg will be in the back, using his mind to make it trample you. In any case, when you're fighting a man with Magneto abilities, I can think of safer places to go than a factory filled with metal. Another enemy Capcom has shown off is this Sauron looking dude. He's got the grey skin hue of a Lycan, but with a big iron helmet on, indicating he's slightly more powerful, as well as helmeted. As well as that, he seemed to have some sort of wrapping around his arms. This looks like an armored Lycan who can take out and dish out way more damage. Here's another Lycan variation, but I'll give him his own category because of his amazing DIY job. Clearly not content with razor sharp claws, he's grafted blades onto his arms. Good job. Okay, this guy's entirely new. It looks like he's wielding some sort of Gatling gun. But look closer, it's actually a giant drill. And you can't get a closer look than it being lodged in your stomach. He's also got a gas mask seemingly bolted onto his face, which could indicate you'll encounter him in hostile conditions. My money's on a Sub-Zero area, which is a theory backed up by the blueness of his skin. That normally means it's quite cold. We're slowly rising up the ranks with our next entry, the three daughters of Lady Dimitrescu. They are Bella, Cassandra, and Daniela. They have supernatural powers, able to transform into a swarm of insects and follow you through solid objects. If you thought you'd be safe behind a locked door in Castle Dimitrescu, think again. I wish I could say their bark is worse than their bite, but I'd be lying. Next, I'm classifying these insects as their own separate enemy type. These are from the bug swarm Lady Dimitrescu's daughters turn into. But they're not just a graphical effect. If these bugs get near you, they'll actually crawl all over your face and eat away at your health. Out of all the things that can kill you in Resident Evil Village, these must be the most embarrassing. I mean, imagine surviving giant fish monsters and hordes of Lycan only to get killed by a housefly. Then there's Lady Dimitrescu herself. You know the deal with her. She's a 9-foot-tall vampire lady who drinks blood and wears a dress. But what you may not know is she probably also turns into a bat. Check out the map. Now, turning into a bat is one of the most common vampire powers. So it's almost certain you'll be facing a winged version of Lady Dimitrescu on the roof of the castle. Disclaimer, she might also be a moth. And finally, we come to Mother Miranda. This is the primary antagonist of Resident Evil Village, worshipped by villagers and house rulers alike. We catch a glimpse of her in this scene, replete with a golden halo and sinister robes. But she's hiding a powerful talent, and that's wings. You can just about make them out in the background. It's no coincidence that these symbols bear the same sort of wings, and the fact there are 6 of them could relate to the 6 winged angels from the Bible. These are called seraphim, and they're the highest rank of angel. In the book of Isaiah, they fly around the throne of God singing the words holy, holy, holy. The word seraph means the burning one, said to carry out ritual purification. So it might be that Mother Miranda is an angel, but a horrible one who's trying to kill everyone. Well, it does make sense. To be fair, we're pretty unholy. So those were all the enemies revealed in Resident Evil Village so far. Which was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I'm going with Fishman, and drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and have a great and fulfilling rest of your day.